One of the nation's strictest abortion bans was just reinstituted.
The Trump administration is rescinding a Biden-era policy.
A big moment for both sides.
Roe v. Wade.
We're going to focus now on the situation in Malta. Malta, the only country in the European Union where abortion is still illegal.
We'll focus on Malta today, which has not only among the strictest abortion laws in Europe, but also in the world.
In Malta, having an abortion is a criminal offence, punishable by up to 3 years in jail, even in cases of rape and when there are health risks and issues smothered in silence.
If a woman is in fact found guilty of having procured an abortion on the island, she is at risk of a 3-year imprisonment sentence. The doctor that assists her has a 4-year sentence, together with, of course, losing their license.
Okay, so I'm Lara Dimitrievich, a women's rights activist. In the foundation, the primary goal of it is legal. Okay, we believe that legal information empowers, and the more you know about your rights, the better you are in a position to make an informed decision. So the law is a far cry to what it should be. Before Andrea Prudente was an American woman that came to Malta with her partner. She was 13 weeks pregnant. Shortly after their arrival, she started miscarrying. Because there was a heartbeat, they could not terminate the pregnancy, obviously exposing her to very grave risk to her life as well. And then eventually she was medically evacuated and then taken to Mallorca, where there she terminated her pregnancy. The law before was a total ban. Under no circumstance whatsoever. We were one of the only 6 countries in the world. Following Andrea Prudente case, the law as is at present necessitates that it can be done in very, 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 very particular circumstances, which is basically that the woman's life is in such grave jeopardy that she has to be dying. However, even more worse, that you need 3 consultants to sign off on this. And we still know that women post-labor or during labor have still lost their lives, although they are not qualified as maternal deaths. We have taken on a case on behalf of Andrea Prudente, whereby we are arguing that what she was subjected to tantamounts to inhuman and degrading treatment and goes against the principle on her right to her private life.
Last year alone, 365 women ordered medical abortion pills online. In the last 5 years, that number is about 950
There are
women.
2 international organizations where one can get the pill online. Then it would just lead them to a miscarriage. That's what it does.
Having to do everything in secret, being so afraid you're going to get caught, being so afraid of the consequences of what people are going to talk about you in such a small community. These are traumas. It's not an easy choice, and we should not be put in a position like I was when I was 17 years old, so vulnerable, so afraid, so ashamed. It was the best decision at the time. It was. I don't regret the decision.
The most difficult part of it all is that they have to stay silent, and that they have to live with this stigma and possibly shame that it creates. It's the loneliness. They feel because it is something that they are doing so illegal, and they could easily, if caught, be prosecuted and face up to 3 years imprisonment. So they have that, to live with. Brings a lot of loneliness. I think one of the most heartbreaking stories that I met was a couple, and they had fetal anomaly, very severe fetal anomaly, and they had to travel to the UK, and they did the termination in the UK, so they went to hospital during the day. And then she said, for a week I just had to stay on my own, with my husband, very quietly, crying, recovering and processing and grieving at the same time, whilst not being able to talk to anyone about it. Terrible, absolutely horrible.
Consistent with the vast medical literature, we see that childbirth is associated with greater risks than abortion, including hemorrhage, eclampsia, and even death. And the differences in physical health don't end at the time of childbirth. For years later, we saw higher chronic pain, more hypertension, and overall worse physical health for women who were denied the abortion and gave birth. Working with economists, I was able to show that those who received and those who were denied abortions were similar economically for years before the year of the unwanted pregnancy, but for years after, we see more debt, lower credit scores, and a greater chance of eviction and bankruptcy for people who were turned away. We see differences in the chance that women set and achieve aspirational plans for their future. This includes things like breaking ties with abusive partners, finding high-quality romantic relationships, getting advanced educational degrees, financially supporting their older children, and even differences in the chance of having an intended pregnancy later.
So hi, I'm Francesca Feneconti. I'm the founder of a women-only Facebook group, which is a safe space for women where we can discuss all issues, and I'm also a pro-choice activist. So I wasn't always pro-choice. I was brought up in Malta, very pro-life. You have to remember that Malta was very insular before. We were only Maltese, all the time hearing from the church, from our teachers, from our parents, hearing only one sound, one voice, anti-abortion. Abortion is terrible. So if you're hearing it from your parents, you're hearing it from school, you're hearing it from your friends, you can't discuss it with anyone. It's murder, it's this, it's really bad, everything. So at school we were made to see this terrible film called The Silent Scream, which was of a baby being aborted, but the baby was like 20-something weeks. So it was a fully grown baby, not a fetus. Slowly meeting more women and hearing more stories, foreign friends, the internet, reading more. It's a process. And if you are not ready to do the work and to process it, but just keep saying it's murder without stopping to think, I can understand that it's difficult to change and to think differently. I really believe it's the woman's right to choose her body, her life. Only she knows what she's going through, what she can handle in her life. This is also from the child's point of view. Children have to come into the world wanted, loved, where they can be protected, where they can have a good home. Some people would just friends would turn their face. If they saw me, they didn't speak to me anymore because of my pro-choice views.
What do you think are the main societal or cultural factors that are preventing abortion from being legalized in Malta?
Very good question. I would think I have to put the Catholic Church up there at the top. We also, of course, have a seriously patriarchal society. And these two factors together basically mean that moving forward on changing the legislation, which currently criminalizes all women who have an abortion, it's just going to take a little time to change those two factors.
But I would say that it's more religion than patriarchy, or both. I mean, religion is very patriarchal as well as it's in itself, especially the Catholic religion, The biggest issue we have is the religious issue, that we're so brought up to believe, that the Virgin Mary, it's the best thing to be a mother. The men are deciding. We don't have a lot of women in parliament, and the women we have are not very outspoken. They're not feminists. Men are getting away with it, sort of thing, They can use this law against women to keep you down, to say, I'll report you if you don't have my child. I can keep you in an abusive relationship, make you pregnant again and again, So at the moment, it's like very anti-women in many ways.
The far right is going up everywhere, and what the first thing that they do, go for women's rights, sexual reproductive rights, LGBTI rights. Fantastic. That is where I am pessimistic, because so much is being undone, on a global level here, that it's going to take time again to bring that back.
Roe v. Wade. They wanted it ended. It must be remembered that the Democrats are the radical ones on this position because they support abortion up to and even beyond the 9th month. The concept of having an abortion in the later months and even execution after birth, and that's exactly what it is.
The Trump administration is rescinding a Biden-era policy that required hospitals to provide emergency abortions to women whose health is in peril, regardless of state law. It could mean women will not get emergency abortions in states with strict bans.
Although there are many more pro-life voices and they're louder, I still think that they are louder because they feel that they have God behind them. So they feel like they are right. Whereas the pro-choice voices, a lot of people are still too scared to speak out. I think that it's improved a lot since, you know, the sisterhood has grown and so many more women are now outspoken. I try and get all, you know, the women, which is really nice. I put them in touch with each other and they help and guide each other of where to go, what to do, what not to do. Thankfully, we have this small, very small community that helps in those really sad situations. At least they feel they're not alone, you know, less alone. We guide them. We have this website, FPAS, Family Planning Services, and we can advise them to what they can do and where to go. I think communities really help, you know, because a problem shared is a problem halved.
We got together sort of, you know, and created the Voice for Choice, which is a coalition made up of different organizations that, you know, started providing information, because providing information is not illegal. And we genuinely create an event on the 28th of September, which is the International Day for Safe Abortion. Every year we are seeing changes, and it's important that things like the rally, things like marches, helps to show, hey, we are here to stay, and we want the change.
Politicians are waiting. They're waiting, you know. They know that eventually they have to legalize, but they are scared of their votes. They're scared that they will lose the election.
For me, abortion is healthcare. Okay, we don't regularize appendicitis, okay, amputation. This is a law that specifically says me as a state have the power to control you simply because you are a woman or because you're a person that has a vagina and a uterus. Ultimately, we're talking about a choice. That's what it is, you know, just the fact that I have a choice.
You can't be empowered if you can't make your own choices. You can't be an empowered woman if you can't choose for your own life. There's no gender equality unless women can choose their own life, like a man can.
Never be a bystander to something, okay? Be vocal. We all have opinions. We all can discuss. I'm not saying argue. There are many times you just want to scream at someone, you know. Just take a breather, but keep the conversation going.
As we say, as activists, we all know and love someone who has had an abortion, but we just don't know it.
Seeing how the energy, the drive, the fearlessness that there is among the younger generation, I know it's going to change. Is it changing soon enough? No, that's a negative part. But I really, really believe in the younger generation. They give me energy. So, yeah. I met a couple of male judges. Obviously, you know, the sort of judges, these are the adjudicators, and, you know, they come up to me and say, Lara, if the situation was different, I can assure you, abortion must have been around for a long time.